Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Walker Show. Yeah, this isn't that exciting today because I'm gonna review The Quiet Ones. Let me start off by saying that movie is probably the worst movie I've seen so far in 2014. That movie sucked. It was boring. And it was only an hour and 38 minutes. And it felt like they tried to stretch it for 2 hours. That's how boring this movie was. It was a waste of an hour and 38 minutes. Now, given it's supposed to be a horror movie, it's PG-13, you're starting to see more horror movies where they can make things scary without having a ton of guts and crap. Hence making it rated R, but it was like someone who saw Paranormal Activity and wanted to take a giant crap on it. It started off as like a sort of psychological thriller where they think people might have telekinetic abilities and because they have these telekinetic abilities, they don't know how to control it, so they create... They go schizophrenic because they don't know how to explain their abilities. And then it goes to being sort of like Paranormal Activity where there might be like ghosts or spirits. And then it turns into like The Omen where people are possessed. And that's essentially what it is. The main character in this movie, it's a girl. She's possessed by one of the many forms of the devil. Because we haven't seen that before. This movie was just... It kept dragging and it just... Throughout the movie, I literally dozed off a couple of times. And it was nothing but jump frights. Like, it'll get really quiet, and then boom, a loud sound, and it's like, whoa, not scary. But I jumped like twice. Yeah. It was so predictable. You could tell when something was gonna pull off a jump fright. Because either like it'll get really quiet or something will get really dark, and then boom, since this guy, he's like filming it almost as if it's Paranormal Activity, and he's like filming, he's going around, and sometimes he'll change the camera, and he'll go over here, and then comes back, and then like something, and just and, like they'll play music really loud for a second, or like they hit a bass drum all super loud. That's really all it was, and it was just enough to be I'm just laying and just. Oh wow. It was literally like that. This movie was boring. I am giving it an F. Horror movies are they're really, holy crap, they're killing the dead horse with horror movies. You can only have so many horror movies of the same subject before it all becomes a blur. And you start to lose originality. And it's come to that point. The horror movie industry is saturated and it is oversaturated, and they need to stop for a minute. Let people get all of these different things out of their system and whatnot, so then, when is a good horror movie gonna come out? Oh wow, boom, you got a good horror movie. Can we do that? But yeah, it was a disappointment. There's not much I can say about this movie. And it was pretty much V-list actors. Like actors that I've never seen before, except one guy, and I swear they pay him more. He's like the publicity of this film. Like if he wasn't in it, it wouldn't have changed the plot hardly any. If it was a different actor, it would have been exactly the same. And The Quiet Ones sucked. That is all I can say about the movie. It was utter garbage. I was disappointed, and it was a waste of my money, and moreover, a waste of my time. You can always make money. Can't really make time unless you know you're Jesus. Yeah. I can't say much about it. And now I'm rambling. Alright, well, before I go into a ramble spree, I will see you guys later. T-Walker out.